What if Home Sweet Home were to change every single week? We found we've been asked one question regularly and we have been stumped to give an answer. This week, we finally figured it out. Right here from our current home in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. We are Robert and Jill, a Gen X couple who retired early to travel the world full time. After 30 years of life together, raising kids, building careers, and chasing the American dream, we reinvented our retirement by selling everything we owned to trade it for the adventure of a lifetime. Join us as we bring you stories about the people we meet, the places we go, and what it took to get there.
We've recently launched into full-time travel, and as we meet people along the way, we get asked one question all the time: where do you live? And to answer that accurately is not easy.
We don't own a home anymore, so the actual answer is, well, we live here. And here, this week and next, is here, an obstructed deluxe balcony cabin on the Royal Princess. And today, we'd like to take you on a tour of our current home.
So here we are on the Royal Princess. We are on a 7-day Mexican Riviera cruise. Our room is E409. E is for Emerald Deck. It is deck 8. We like this deck because it's in the middle of the ship. We like this room because it's also in the middle of the ship. So we're far away from elevators, stairwells. So it's a little quieter in here, and we like it for that reason. We have also selected a deluxe balcony obstructed view room, and there's a very specific reason for that. It's actually a discounted price, which is one reason why we like it, but we'll tell you why we chose this specific room. So we'll come on into our room here. You'll see right when you come in, the room extends here beyond me. Over here to your right is where we're going to find our bathroom and the closet. So this is our bathroom, and it's a pretty standard sized bathroom for a cruise ship. Of course, if you haven't been on a cruise ship, you may not know what that looks like. So there's a little step up and you come on in, and this is the room. You'll see here is the sink. We've got some lotion and hand wash provided by the ship here, and then here are some shelving. You'll notice, or you may not notice actually, that my things are here on the lower shelf, whereas Robert's are up on top, simply because he's taller than I am. So that's just a system that we put in place. There is some shelving down below the sink as well, where we have some items. And then we also have the shower. So I'm going to go ahead and step in the shower so you can see the size for context. So this is the shower. It's pretty standard size for a cruise ship. We've got some amenities here and the shower curtain. Now, I will say that one of the challenges I have with this shower is if I want to shave my legs, there's really not much room here. So I have to put my leg out and stick it on the toilet so I can shave my legs. So that's pretty common, and I've learned that trick along the way. So right outside of the bathroom here is the closet area, and it's actually pretty spacious. They provide the hangers. So here are our clothes, and I have to admit, when I first hung up my clothes, of course, I don't have a lot. And it just looks like so much less when it's actually hanging here. So we got Robert's clothes, my clothes, there's room up here, the life jackets, and then we do have some room down here for our shoes. You will notice a suitcase. If you have been watching our channel for a while, we have talked about traveling without a suitcase, but for this particular first few weeks of travel, we decided to bring a suitcase. So it has a couple dresses for me and Robert's suits for the dress up nights, and we will be abandoning that before we go across the ocean into Europe for the second half of our first leg. We also have a closet here, and it is sort of the same as the bathroom in that my things are typically on the bottom, whereas Robert's are up on top, again, because he's taller than I am. And we have a safe that the cruise ship provides, so that's really convenient and easy to use. So coming in from the door, the bathroom and the closet are here on your left, and we're just going straight back into our room. So we have, of course, there's only two of us with Robert and me, but all the rooms here will sleep up to four. If you're traveling with a friend and you don't want to share a bed, these beds do split into two twin size beds. They just push them together when you have more, when you have a couple staying in the room. There's a television and there's movies, there's weather, there's shore excursions and all kinds of information on here. As a matter of fact, Robert and I have found some original episodes of The Love Boat because that was a Princess cruise ship that we watched. And that was a big trip down memory lane. And we actually had quite a few laughs because it's really outdated, but it was fun. Anyway, we do have some bedside tables too on either side. And what we find is that I tend and Robert tends to put like our tablets, my cell phones there. He's got his sleep pants. I have my underwear, my purse, our identification documents are in here, chargers, all kinds of things like that. We tend to keep here in the bedside tables. Now, as for the rest of the room here, aside from the sleeping area, with this suite that we do have a love seat here. It is actually a sofa bed, so that would be where a couple other people would sleep if you're bringing your kids or you're all bunking in the same room. We have a small table here, and then we have the desk area. Now, the one thing I will point out is that there are only two outlets here. So you can see we have all of our electronics here. And this is a really cool purchase we did just as an aside of an extension cord. Basically, it's travel, it's compact, and we can charge a lot of things using that. So that's been super handy, especially since there are only two outlets in here. And then right over here, we do have a drawer, hair dryers provided. And in here is the refrigerator. It's just a small mini fridge. So you can buy some snacks, buy some waters, bring some stuff, and it stays in there nice and cool and convenient. And now here comes the best part and the primary reason we booked this type of room, a deluxe balcony obstructed view. Obviously, we have a balcony, so I want you all to see our obstructed view. I know, right? As you can see, it's really not obstructed. So first, I'll tell you that this balcony is a little bit larger. It's another reason why we booked this room. I'm going to stand here against the balcony. It is actually angled out kind of this way. So we have a little extra room here on our balcony. Normally the balconies would come to about here. So we got a couple extra feet of space just because of the curve of the ship. Now, the obstructed view. This is a trick that we learned when booking obstructed view rooms. So on this particular deck, it's considered obstructed view because we're on the same level as the lifeboats. So there are rooms behind the lifeboats, and the rooms that do not have the lifeboats in front of them but are on the same deck are sold as obstructed view, which is this one. So if you look and see, you'll see that there's a lifeboats down over there, and we pan all the way around, and there are lifeboats right over there. So that's all on the same deck here. Again, it's Emerald deck 8. But because this particular room, and there's a couple here on this side that are between the lifeboats, they're not obstructed views, and they're sold as obstructed views. So they are at a discounted price for a balcony. So that is a trick that we've learned when we book our cruise rooms, cruise cabins. We're very specific about what rooms we purchase because we can find rooms at a less expensive rate, but still have this spectacular view. So another thing we look for in addition to the, I'll say, obstructed view is we do pay attention to what is above and what is below, on the decks above and the decks below. So we tend to be careful that we're not underneath the buffet or underneath the nightclub or close to the engines. So we pay close attention to that. Also, we look at what's below us. And in this particular room, we do have a deck that people walk by. So there's really nothing that goes on down here that's really going to have some noise pollution up into this room. It is a beautiful room in a beautiful location. If you don't know, we are here in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is a sunny 78 degrees in January. And we've been here a couple different times before. And we just absolutely love it. We love this Mexican Riviera cruise itinerary, and we love this room. Well, home sweet home. This has been it. We've loved this room. We've loved the week we've spent here on this cruise. So much so that we're disembarking and then getting right back on the Royal Princess. But next time we will be in a different room. So we're really curious to see, are we going to like it? Are we going to regret having changed rooms?
Boy, I hope we don't regret leaving this room, but we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
We'll find out, won't we?
We'll find out for sure. And we're going to be bringing all that information to you soon.
Thanks for watching today. We hope that you comment on our video. Let us know what are your thoughts. Make sure you like and subscribe. Mm-hmm. And you can also follow us on 2 other social media platforms. First off, Facebook under Our Retirement Reinvented. We'll engage with you there. You can also message us there. And through Instagram under the same thing, which is Our Retirement Reinvented. We hope you join us on our other social media platforms.
And if you're curious about where we're going on this first leg of 2026, be sure to check out our video where we go through our entire itinerary and bring you all the exciting details of what's yet to come. And we are really excited to continue to bring you the stories of the people we meet,
the places we go,
and what it takes to get there.
Thanks so much for watching.